Hey everyone, welcome back for a quick recap of what we talked about yesterday at church. The full sermon is on our Facebook page. The previous week we delved into this idea that God's kingdom is it has a surprising personality. You know, the significance of aligning our lives with what Jesus has in mind for us and what his teachings are kind of puts us at odds with what our normal thinking has been. And so yesterday we talked about what our core motivation should be in terms of our treasure. And making a living, supporting our families, planning for retirement, these are all really important things for us. They're good things. They're good things. But God desires something greater for us. And it's like having a treasure map where X marks the spot of the things that we value the most. What is the treasure that we're seeking? What is the treasure that you're seeking? In Matthew 6:19-21, it says this, as Jesus guides us in identifying what's important. It says, "Don't store up treasures here on earth, where moths eat them and rust destroys them, where thieves break in and steal. Store your treasure in heaven, where moths and rust cannot destroy, and thieves do not break in and steal. Wherever your treasure is, there the desires of your heart will also be." You know, it's about reorienting our lives to pursue a heavenly calling, to pursue what is lasting and truly eternal and truly fulfilling ultimately. And this is what I call drawing our Bible-based treasure map. It's what are the core things that motivate us in life? What are the core things that we're trying to obtain in life, or what we're trying to accomplish? You know, imagine an exciting treasure hunt. You know, like I talked yesterday about the movie National Treasure. It's one of our favorite movies, and there's this exciting hunt for this treasure. Jesus actually kind of connects this excitement of a treasure hunt in Matthew 13:44. You know, this idea that this man finds this treasure in a field, and then he buries it again. He goes and he sells all that he has just so that he can buy the land that contains this treasure. But we must be careful, because splitting our vision and objectives between earthly treasures and our heavenly treasures that we want can actually lead to a lot of anxiety, can lead to a lot of issues, especially in matters of finance, right? Jesus teaches that God knows what our needs are. He will provide for us. Yeah, and yet we can run into issues when we're splitting our focus between God's the treasure in heaven and the treasure on earth. Matthew 6:24, where Jesus, he says, "No one can serve two masters. You cannot serve God and be enslaved to money." You know, it's like having split vision, right? You're seeking the things in this world on one side, and then pursuing the eternal treasures on the other. You know, Matthew 6:25-34 says, it encourages us to shift our focus from worrying about the physical things that we need to prioritizing the spiritual objectives that we need to have in life. And when we do that, it actually dissipates the anxiety about our physical needs. It's about building a treasure map to navigate life's journey. Here's where the practical steps come in. You know, generosity is a key component of our Bible-based treasure map. How would it change our communities, or our families or our church when we actually started orienting our lives to place the heavenly treasure at the forefront of our lives? And it really comes down to a whole lifestyle of generosity. Generosity is a cultivation of growth and health. It exchanges financial anxiety for active love. Generosity, it's very powerful. Now, tying it all together, with the Great Commission, where Matthew records at the end of the book, at the end of Jesus' life on earth, he's giving these final instructions, and he's telling his disciples to go and make disciples of all the nations and then baptize them and then teach them to obey. And so he's saying, go and make more disciples and then integrate them into your family through baptism and then teach them to obey, and also ultimately going out and making even more disciples. There's a replication aspect to it. And as Jesus instructed us in that Great Commission, we need to be placing our minds on those objectives. That is the treasure in heaven that we need to be focusing our whole lives on. And as we draw our own personal treasure map for our lives, we need to make sure that those are the objectives that we are aligning our life with. Again, generosity, it's a cultivation of health and growth for those around us. So let this be an encouragement to you. Let your generosity be generous to those around you. And it can be the individuals that you run across, it can be the groups that you're involved with, and it can be the church that you're involved with as well. And pooling our resources together makes us even more effective in the community. I have so many different ideas as to what we could accomplish together as a church, in terms of community events and reaching out to people, having support groups, marriage counseling, those types of things that really would make a tangible difference in the community. Reaching out to those that are lost in our community and helping those that are in need. And there's obviously so many things that we can do together. I just wanted to just encourage you in that. And if this has been a video that's been helpful to you as kind of a quick recap of what we talked about yesterday at church, then let me know in the comments. Just drop them down there in the comments so that I can know that it's helpful. And I might be able to continue making these kind of on a regular basis. So let me know, and God bless and have a great day.